Yo, what is up guys? This is Pedro here, and in today's video I'm going to be giving you guys 2021 free agents that the Redskins should sign to put them over the top. If you guys are new, subscribe for Redskins and NFL content. So let's get right into the video. And I know this is a little bit early to do a 2021 free agency video, but a few people have asked me and I thought it would be interesting to do. So let's get right into the video. And this free agency class could really put us over the top because I think if we win anywhere from 6 to 7 wins next year, we're really one player away, plus some development from our young players to making the playoffs in 2021. So I really do think that this free agency class is going to be very important for us. We're going to have a lot of cap space because we already have a decent amount of cap space, but we're also most likely either going to cut Alex Smith or move on from him. Maybe he'll have a role within the organization. So we're gonna have a lot of cap space. We do have to re-sign a few players like Sheriff and Ryan Kerrigan, but we'll get to that later. So the first guy on this list is Jalen Ramsey. He is very, very young and is a shutdown corner, and he has hinted that he would like to be in Washington. Has liked a few posts in with him in a Washington uniform, and I know that doesn't mean much, but I do think it would be a good signing. Our cornerback depth is not good, and our secondary overall is not the best, and there are a couple young players that could ball out, like Kendall Fuller, Jimmy Moreland, and a couple others. But Jalen Ramsey is a top three cornerback in the league, in my opinion. I think you got Stephon Gilmore number one, and then it's probably Jalen Ramsey number two. Even though he had a little bit of a down year last year, he played in 12 games, had one interception, two forced fumbles. Didn't have a great year, but he had to switch between two systems. Also missed some games in Jacksonville when he was trying to get out of there. So I still think, sorry, I still think he can be a good cornerback in this league. Last year, he did allow a 66% completion percentage, but again, he was moving between two systems. The year before, he had a 54% completion percentage, had three interceptions, and played really good overall, allowed a 76 pass rating. And remember, he's going up against the best receivers every single time he plays. He's going up against the number one wide receiver. So he's going up against tough competition, and he has had three Pro Bowl years, and in 2017 was an All-Pro. So I think it would be a good signing because he's one of the best players out there, and it would be a position of need. The only problem is the money. It would be a lot of money, so that's the only thing. If we are looking at other positions and some of our young corners play good, then we might want to stay away from Jalen Ramsey. So the next player is Hunter Henry, another guy that's going to be expensive, but it's at a position of need that we are going to need to upgrade. He's a tight end, 25 years old. Last year with the Chargers, played in 12 games and had about 650 yards and 5 touchdowns. The only problem with Hunter Henry is the health, but besides 2018, he has been relatively healthy. But I think he would be a great, great tight end to give Haskins a big target, because right now we have Logan Thomas and we have a few other decent tight ends or okay tight ends, but most of those guys are backups. And I think Hunter Henry is one of the top tight ends in the league. Not top 5, but he's in that top 10 range, and he's super young, so he can eventually get in that top 5 range. He is on the franchise tag, but it's going to be hard for the Chargers to franchise tag him again. So I would really look into Hunter Henry because this is a good tight end class. You got Hunter Henry and George Kittle, a few others. So George Kittle, I would stay away from. He is an absolute beast, top 2 tight end in the NFL, but he's going to ask for a lot of money. I think we can get Hunter Henry for about 11 mil, which is a lot, but considering how much cap space we get, I do think he would be a good signing. And keep this in mind, guys. Obviously, we can't sign all of these guys, but because we won't have enough money. But I'm just giving you guys a couple players, and hopefully we sign at least one of these guys. So next guy is another cornerback. We do need cornerback help out there, and this guy has been super, super consistent. And a lot of people say he's old, but he is Patrick Peterson, 6'1", 203 pounds, and he's only 30 years or 29 years old. I think he just turned 30. And even he's made the Pro Bowl, guys, every single year of his career from 2011 to 2018. And the only reason he did not make the Pro Bowl in 2019 was because of a suspension. So if it wasn't for that, he would have made the Pro Bowl again. He has been an absolute beast, and I just think just because of this latest suspension, people kind of forgot about him. But he is still one of the top corners in the league. He might not be the best like he used to be, but he's still probably top 5, definitely top 10 in my opinion. Has still been consistent the last few years, getting 2 interceptions last year, 2 the year before. Is a decent tackler, forces some fumbles, so he is an absolute beast, and I think it would be a great addition to the team. And if you look at his completion percentage, he did allow a 65% completion percentage, but that's still not terrible. Allowed a 58% completion percentage in 2018. But I do think he would be a little less money than Jalen Ramsey, so I think it would be a decent signing, maybe around 15, 16 mil. And you guys got to remember, the cap is going to probably at best stay the same. I think it's going to go down a little bit because of this pandemic and the loss of revenue due to no fans in the stands. So I think we could get him for around 15 to 16 mil, and that would be a steal in my opinion. Next guy on this list is a wide receiver, and I am recording this video early. It's July 27th, so we might have signed another wide receiver, but at this moment, we have no wide receiver depth at all. We do have Terry McLaurin, Steven Sims, and AGG, but Kelvin Harmon towards ACL, Emmanuel Hall towards Achilles, and Cody Latimer is on the commissioner's exempt list. So we have no wide receiver depth, and I I don't know. I was thinking before a couple months ago we didn't need to sign a wide receiver next year, a big name wide receiver. But now that Kelvin Harmon is out, we don't know what he's going to be in the future. Hopefully he can be good, but we don't know that at all. So um, someone like Chris Godwin, who is a nice deep threat at 6'1", 209 pounds, last year played in 14 games, had 121 targets, 86 catches for 1,333 yards, 9 touchdowns, was an absolute beast. And they are going to try to keep him, and I really do think they're going to end up getting him. But if we could get him, steal him away, give him a lot of money like we did offer Amari Cooper. Remember, he's a similar wide receiver to Amari Cooper, and I think on the same level. Honestly, I think he's better. And look how young he is, 23 years old. So I would go after Chris Godwin. If you can't get him, there's a couple other wide receivers out there in free agency. I think Juju Smith-Schuster is one, and Keenan Allen. So there's a couple other ones, and I definitely think that we'll see how Steven Sims and Terry McLaurin do. That's why it is early to do this video. But if they don't play as well as we think they will, or if Terry McLaurin has like 1,000 yards and Steven Sims has 700, which is still pretty good, we just need another wide receiver, and I think Chris Godwin would be a pretty good one to add to the team. Let me know what you guys think. So next is some offensive line help. Our offensive line is still not great, and these are some tackles. I'm not going to go into guard because I think if we re-sign Sheriff, we won't need to sign a guard, but we still don't know how Morgan Moses is going to play. We could cut him. We could cut him now, but we would have to give up a little bit of money. There would be some dead cap, but we could get rid of him next year and save a decent amount of money and go after someone like David Bakhtiari or the next guy that I'm going to be talking about, Alejandro Villanueva. But I think David Bakhtiari would be pretty good. He's been very, very consistent for the Packers, and he's still relatively young, 28 years old, played in 16 games last year, played 16 games in 2018, was a Pro Bowler last year, an All-Pro in 2018, and a Pro Bowler in 2016. So he has been a beast for a long time, blocking for Aaron Rodgers. I think it would be a great signing. We'll see how Morgan Moses does, and we'll see how Sadiq Charles does. But him at left tackle, I don't know. That it could be Sadiq Charles' position, but you never know. Sadiq Charles has played right tackle before, or we could even move David to right tackle. I would like to sign him. Next guy, Alejandro Villanueva. Like I said, he is another left tackle, so we would have to probably switch Sadiq to right tackle or switch Alejandro Villanueva to right tackle. But he's been, again, another consistent guy for the Steelers, playing 16 games pretty much his whole career besides his rookie year. Two-time Pro Bowler. I would really like for us to sign a tackle. Just our offensive line is not very good this year, and we're going to lose possibly Chase Roullier and Brandon Sheriff. So if it's not a tackle, we do need to sign a couple guards. Some other guards there are on the market, Joe Thuney, and obviously Brandon Sheriff. I would like us to re-sign him. and there's a couple others, but we'll see. Next guy is a linebacker, and this all depends on how Reuben Foster plays, and if we do re-sign Reuben Foster, and if he's even healthy. Because if he's healthy and he plays pretty good, we probably don't need to sign a linebacker this offseason, or at least a decent linebacker. But if he is not healthy and we don't end up re-signing him, or if he absolutely balls out and he is asking for too much money, then maybe we go after a linebacker. And KJ Wright would not be bad. 6'4", 246 pounds, is a little bit old. He's going to be about 31 years old in free agency, but he's been pretty consistent. Last year had 130 tackles. Played pretty good, has been a Pro Bowler before, and has just been a consistent linebacker. Would be a good veteran presence for young linebackers like Sean Dion Hamilton, Cole Holcomb. We have a young, nice linebacking core, just unproven and haven't been consistent enough. So that's why I think someone like KJ Wright, just like we signed Thomas Davis to be a veteran linebacker, someone like KJ Wright would be good, and he can still produce at a high level. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let me know who you guys like, and give me some other free agents you would like us to sign. I hope you guys enjoy the video. I hope you guys are all doing well, and peace.